Welcome to Talent Motives, the deep dive, uncovering what drives you.
Welcome to today's deep dive. I am really excited to get into this one. Our mission today is to decode a fascinating source script from TalentMotives.
Yeah, it's essentially the hidden science behind exactly what gets you out of bed in the morning.
Right, okay, let's unpack this. The source introduces a framework called the 24 motivation DNA. And since you are likely familiar with intrinsic motivators, you can just think of this as mapping out your internal engine.
Yeah, the raw code for your daily drive.
Exactly. For example, it looks at whether you are driven by curiosity and exploration, always being the one in the room asking why.
Or if you lean the other way towards systematic structure, drawing your drive from clear processes and consistency.
What's fascinating here is
how comprehensively these 24 traits map the human experience. It is not just relying on broad, clunky personality binaries.
right. It gets highly specific with these categories.
It does. You've got your people-focused drives like humanitarianism and stewardship.
And the creative drives.
Yeah, aesthetics and innovation. Plus, analytical needs like logic and precision-driven accuracy. And of course, the inner world drives.
Reflection and autonomy. But the real insight isn't just knowing, hey, I score high in autonomy. It is seeing how these traits interact.
Oh, absolutely. Like, what happens when your deep drive for autonomy completely clashes with a high need for validation?
It's a recipe for stress. Suddenly you understand why you absolutely hate being micromanaged.
But you still desperately crave your boss's praise.
Exactly. It is that internal friction that dictates our behavior. And that naturally leads us into the rest of your life because you don't just power down when you leave the office.
No, you definitely don't.
Here's where it gets really interesting. The source introduces another layer called the 6 life indexes. This measures your broader lifestyle and personal well-being.
Right, it zooms out a bit.
Yeah, we're talking about your need for validation and acceptance, your need for stability and tolerance for stress.
Your drive for competition.
Exactly. How much you value family relationships, and incredibly, even the joy you derive from food and exercise.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you can see how combining those 24 motivation DNA traits with the 6 life indexes creates a holistic motivation profile.
A complete map.
Exactly. It moves beyond just a static snapshot of how you work and really captures how you live, learn, and recharge.
But that raises a fair question. How does another psychological profile actually translate into daily action?
Right, because we have all read fascinating behavioral science that just ends up living in a drawer somewhere.
I know I have. But the source details how this is operationalized using their MQI system, which stands for Motivation Quotient Integration.
This is where the tech comes in.
Yeah, they take your entire motivation profile and feed it into an AI coach, specifically a R.A.G. AI-powered coach called LiDi AI.
And just a quick note, R.A.G. stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation.
Right. In plain terms, instead of giving you generic one-size-fits-all ChatGPT advice, the AI actively retrieves your specific motivation data
to give you highly customized daily coaching on how to manage your energy and communicate. It takes abstract psychological concepts and turns them into highly practical guidance.
That is the key right there.
Because LiDi AI knows your specific life indexes, it might literally look at your data and say, hey, your stress tolerance is low today, your need for stability is high, and you draw joy from food.
So go eat.
Literally. It might tell you, before you make that big career decision, you need to go eat a sandwich.
So what does this all mean? Well, for you listening, analyzing a complete framework like this helps untangle why you make the choices you make.
Whether you are navigating a complex career pivot or just trying to understand your own relationship dynamics.
Knowing your intrinsic drives is a powerful lens. If you want to review the source research yourself and see how these profiles are built, you can explore it at www.talentmotives.com.
But before we wrap up, this raises an important question for you to mull over.
I love a good thought experiment.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
If an AI coach like LiDi AI can perfectly map our fundamental drives and tell us exactly how to manage our daily decisions, do we risk losing the beautiful, messy unpredictability of human nature?
Wow.
Or do we simply unlock the ultimate shortcut to being our truest selves?
Find out more about MQI and LiDi AI by visiting our website at talentmotives.com.